The fourth exercise we typically do in the B routine at Rock Bottoms is a chest exercise. Now, if you've been here for a while, typically 6 months or longer, we're going to start you on the crossover. And that is a direct pectoral exercise. And then we'll typically move you right after that to a chest press, which also works the chest, but you also get a lot more workout for your arms as well. So today I'm going to show you how to do a couple of different exercises from home when you can't make it into the gym. So what you'll need to do the first exercise is a 2-pound dumbbell, a can of soup. I actually have a container of my favorite electrolyte supplement, and I'm going to use it. And it's not about how heavy it is. This is quite light. It's about the shape and the size of it, and that's what's most important. So I'm just going to move back so we can pay attention to our stance, which is a part of proper form and technique. And you want to move your feet about hip distance apart. If it feels more comfortable to slightly turn those toes out, that's fine. You want to think about dropping the shoulders down and back, chest up to the ceiling, maybe sticking your butt out a little bit, slight bend in your knees, and maybe a slight arch in your back. Okay, and I'll stay like this as I'm doing this. You're going to take this container and you're going to put it between your hands, and you're going to push as hard as you can, as if you're the Incredible Hulk and you're going to just crush this container between your hands. So that's the trick to really getting that burn in your chest. So you're going to push as hard as you can. You can keep your elbows close to the sides of your body, and then you are going to move that container out like this. And obviously this is a perfect exercise to use the super slow protocol of 10 seconds as you're pushing out, and then 8 seconds as you're lowering. Okay? And I really feel this on each side of my chest as I'm doing this. In and out. And you'll see as you're doing this, I mean, as you're looking at it, it probably doesn't look like much, but it actually is quite effective at engaging those muscles. And just like when we do the crossover of the chest press here, your arms are what engage the exercise equipment, and as a result, they are also getting a workout. So you're also going to feel engagement and some burn in your arms as you're doing this. Now you can experiment, because if you bring your elbows out, it's a slightly different exercise. It engages slightly different areas of those muscles. Okay, so that's the first exercise you can do. The second exercise is what everybody knows and does for chest exercises, and that's a push-up. Now, if you're female, you're likely going to want to do the modified push-up where you put your knees on the ground. And the reason that is because when you're a female, the majority of the weight in your body and your strength is in your lower body. So when you try to do a regular push-up, you have extra weight pulling down right at your back. Now, if you've really worked on your core strength and you can keep a plank the entire time as you go up or down, that's fine. But if you haven't developed that core strength and your butt begins to sag, and instead of keeping that plank, you kind of have a V, and I'll demonstrate that, then you really put your back at risk of being strained or hurt. So that is why women typically are better off doing the modified push-up until you've had a chance to really build up that core strength. Now, if you're a man and all your strength and all your muscle is right here, then you don't have that same risk of straining your back by not keeping a plank. It would be, for a man, it would be the equivalent of someone putting a plate of weight right on their butt and then them having to maintain that plank. Now, obviously, to the extent that you are a man and you can't maintain that plank throughout the exercise, then you also are at risk of potentially hurting or straining your back. So I'm going to first demonstrate a modified push-up. You're going to get down on your hands and knees, put your hands in front of you, right under your shoulders. I like to cross my legs behind me, and you're going to lower yourself down, keeping your elbows at your side, nice and slow, and then coming back up. Now this is an excellent exercise to replicate the 10 seconds down and then the 8 seconds up. Now there is a skill to doing this exercise. It's not just about strength. So you will find that as you get more skillful at doing the exercise, it will become easier and feel like strength gain. So just stay in your comfort zone in the beginning, even if you can't get very far. I mean, if in the beginning you can't get all the way to the floor, that's fine. Again, not a competition. Start where you are, lower yourself, where you start to feel real engagement, and then push up from there. The point is to engage the muscles to stimulate muscle growth. And then as you improve in your skill and your strength, you'll be able to go further and further down. There you go. Now, if you're going to do the regular push-up, you want to make sure that you really maintain this plank all the way down and all the way up. Do not let your butt sag. When your butt sags, that's when you put your back at risk of getting injured. And then, if you can go all the way down, great, go all the way down, but don't be afraid to modify that and build up from where you are. So you might want to start with the modified and stick with it indefinitely, but as you get stronger and stronger on the modified, then you can start to experiment with keeping that plank and a regular push-up and seeing if you can simultaneously build that core strength as well as work the chest.